Hello, good evening, everyone. Today has been a very good day, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time in a long time, aka in like 3, 4, 5 days, we have consistent sun. And not just the type of horrible sun that we usually get in the UK when you know it's playing with your emotions. We genuinely had sun and we still have sun. I decided to bring the lighting into the room I'm now recording in until my red room gets sorted out. And guess what, guys? And I don't have a toilet. Yes, I am living a hard life. My bathroom, somebody came for what was a routine checkup and found out that the whole thing needs to be torn apart, apparently. So I am toiletless. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you, but you guys are my friends. How sad is that? Hey, you guys are my friends. I love you. And I'm an oversharer. This is what you get when you don't talk to anyone. I don't know. Is this Bellatrix? Hello? Are you guys here now or were you here last week? What's happening? Let me see how you are. I don't know if this is a new chat. I'm so sorry. Let me adjust this. I can't see who's here and who isn't. Oh my God, YouTube. I swear to God, YouTube is somehow getting worse. I don't even understand. Hi, Kirin. Thank you. And I'm not saying that you guys being my friends is sad. I'm just saying it's kind of sad that I don't have any friends. I do have friends, but you know how it is. We are grown men and women. We have lives. And my friends are not around me. We only talk via WhatsApp. So I think, and this is something I never realized about myself. I've always imagined myself, because I do have a bit of ADHD and I'm a bit of a yapper. But I find that when I'm in a safe space, I talk. So am I really an introvert? Or or is this a trauma response? Or is it both? Who knows? Probably. It's not easy doing what I do. I'm an engineer, for those of you who don't know. As somebody who is a woman of color, I hate that word, a black woman in a space that is usually white men dominated, and somebody who is not somebody who is willing to, I am not willing to play the game. I am too outspoken, I'm too Nigerian to do that. So it can be very isolating. So in response, you go quiet, you go internal. And it's not easy making friends as you get older. Not because, when you pass that age of wanting to always be outside, something I never thought would happen to me, by the way. Sorry, I got distracted. Those of you that are wondering, I put a little dye on my hair. And looking at it now, I'm beginning to regret this color because it was supposed to come out purple, but it's giving me an old woman wash that I wasn't expecting. So, yikes. Hopefully by the time it dries, it will look better, but I doubt it. Let's see how it goes. I might wash it off. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. How's everyone doing? I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you're well. I hope you guys are taking care of your mental health. And I have a question, guys. I tend to do these on Friday because Saturdays can be weird. But I'm thinking of moving this to Saturday, these lives. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Is a Saturday live? Would you guys do okay with the Saturday live? Or do you prefer the week ones? And instead of doing it on Monday, because I feel it's too close together, maybe give it a bit more time in between. So maybe like a midweek live and a weekend live. I'm thinking of changing the format to get more engagement, to get you guys more into it. And because a lot of stuff is happening around the world, Jesus Christ. No, not in relation to the lazy, low down, ridiculous Windsors. And we will get to those two clowns, don't worry. But guys, let me go off topic slightly. Those of you who may have missed it in my chat, I got a celebrity response this week. And let me show you. It didn't go the way I thought it would. Let me get it up. I don't want to show you guys the wrong thing. There we go. So apparently, this is how, and you guys know me. Before I get to the tea, I always like us to have a little bit of, let's have some off-topic, break the ice nonsense. And guys, I did a lot this week. Like I said, I got dragged within an inch of my life, and I am still getting dragged. Those of you who may not know it, I'm also on Threads. I didn't realize anybody was using that platform, but some people are. So if you're on Threads, I'll drop it in the chat. Come and join me. I think Threads is, to me, a very good social media platform. Why? Because it feels like people are genuinely talking to each other. It feels like you post something and you get genuine responses. On Twitter, because of Elon Musk, it's now turned into this place where you're not sure if you're communicating with the bot, if you're communicating, you don't even know you don't know who you're talking to, basically. And it's so loaded with bots now, it's very hard to, I don't know. I mainly just go there to troll. I mainly go there when I'm looking for tech tea, but it doesn't feel like a proper social media network anymore. So if you're using Threads, and guys, let me know if you're using Threads. I'm on Threads. We can go, if you want to join me on there, we can kiki there. Because what I also love about Threads is a lot of black people are on there. A lot of people of color are on there, and they're having genuine conversations with people. Now, will you come across clowns? Of course, that is the way of the world. But it feels like I said, it feels like the early days of social media. For those of us who remember Facebook, when I was a teenager, I had Facebook. I haven't touched it in over a decade now, so, but I did have Facebook, and there was a time you could post what you wanted on there. But now it's completely overloaded with ads, again, bots, hateful ass people. So yeah, before we get into it, let me tell you guys why I got dragged this week. I forgot to open my Threads, so I'm going to use these guys to show you why I got dragged this week. For many of you in the chat, you will understand why this is ridiculous. And for many of you in the chat, you will also not understand why this is ridiculous. But yeah. So you guys have heard me talk about this actor, Hudson Williams. So he's been getting a lot of hate online, a lot of hate that is driven by racism. And you know me, I'm a black woman, I'm on Threads. I will always speak up about it. And there I was speaking up about racism, and I apparently pissed off a lot of people. Let me find that post. Sorry, I thought I was going to have this ready already. Let me see. This is his fan site, and they did put my post up. I hope it's still here, because apparently what I said was very bad. And I want you guys to come and judge for yourself if you think what I said was so bad. I'll get back to once the carnage stops. Oh, I hope I find my post here. I really should have checked before I did this. Sorry, guys. This is the thing. I don't like that I can't check things by date. Oh, for God's sake. Racism. Sorry, guys. It's so annoying. While I look for it, let me have a conversation, because I didn't realize that I had opened it. Sorry, let me just stop searching. Let me close this off while I do the search. And let me have a conversation with you guys right quick about racism and why the way people choose to respond to it really pisses me off, right? So while I search for that response, so basically, this actor Hudson Williams, if you remember, I've been speaking about him before, and I said that I found him interesting. Those of you who don't know who he is from Heated Rivalry, that viral show. And I found his experiences interesting because he gets a lot of hate. And he gets a lot of hate, in my opinion, because he was not intended to be one of the stars from the show. People come and start shouting at me, and I'm like, no, he was clearly not intended to be one of the stars from the show. And the reason I say so is, if you go back, the thing about me is, when I, like all of us, when we start liking some of these celebrities, right? We want to go back and look at their history, understand what it is about them. He's a man of color on a very popular show. Now, I am not somebody who gets involved in fandoms because, one, I am grown and I really could not care less. And my attention span is just not high enough. And while I do admire actors or celebrities, just like I admire Megan Sussex and I'm rooting for her, you know, I admire Olandria, I'm rooting for Megan Thee Stallion, I'm rooting for Beyonce, I'm rooting for every person black because I'm a black woman. It has not escaped my attention that as Hollywood has tried to diversify, when they cast people of color, they've done things like, you know, they've reimagined characters, brought in diversity into roles that were not traditionally written for people of color. Let's keep it 500%. And the reception from a lot of fans, honestly, has been very hurtful. Right? So you read a comic, they cast Mary Jane as a white redhead. They cast Zendaya in the Marvel adaptation. Zendaya is mixed black. And people till now have not been able to move on. They diminish her. And when we talk about this, right, it's the thing that gets me is, okay, fine, Hollywood wants to try, but the way they do it seems like it kind of like, okay, fine, here, down, take the diversity. And the reason I say it's not genuine and it doesn't feel genuine is, you cast a person of color into some of these shows, you should know by now that they are going to get a lot of racist hate. I mean, you should know. All of us, every human being on this earth has interacted with social media at some point, right? So you can't tell me that you haven't seen. And my goodness, what type of world are you living in where you don't even see racist hate, homophobic hate, all forms of hate? Like, how have you created your FYP? Is it white only? And even if it's white only, I'm sure you will come across people who make offensive comments. Are you saying that you agree with their comments? The reason I'm bringing this up is, Hudson Williams, despite this show being extremely popular, right? It's popular because of him and his white co-star. But the way the media has been talking about him, the way the fans have been insulting him, diminishing him, making downright racist comments, is disgusting. And even if he himself may not personally, because he's mixed white and Asian, I am not mixed race, so I have nothing to say about that. But like, as a monoracial person, if people were calling me names and making racist comments about me and saying very horrible things about me, if you know what I mean, I would be offended, right? I would be hurt. Because what have I done to deserve that type of treatment? Yeah? So it got to a point where, and I have a feeling I know why this happened, but I won't go into that detail. It got to a point where one of his co-stars, because his co-stars are mainly white men, right? His co-stars are white men. Oh God, I can't find that post, guys. I think they deleted it. What a cop-out. They did delete it, I think. They probably deleted it to avoid bringing hate because of the post. Oh damn, that's a shame. I'll keep looking for it and I'll see if I find it. Sorry, I wasn't expecting not to be able to find it. I thought I would see it. Threads, Hudson, racism. I'll still look. If I don't find it, I'll just go back to the thing. But anyway, the point I was trying to make is, and I was trying to give you guys context. I was trying to give you guys context to why I had to make a comment. Now, I was not expecting Hudson Williams himself to respond to me, but he did. And I didn't even get a chance to enjoy it. But let me give you guys context. Sorry, I know I'm rambling. It's only because I was looking for the post, but I can't find it. So let me show you. So let me go back to the point I was trying to make before, right? If you are a person of color and you are working with people or you're friends with people who are not people of color and they call themselves your friends or your loved ones or whatever, and they see you getting racist abuse and they can't speak up for you, you need to question that relationship. Because we don't live in an isolated world. And many people of color, black people, I find many of you allow a certain type of disrespect to go for the sake of keeping your friendships or your relationships or even your job. And this thing is killing you. But you're quiet because you're like, okay, well, they don't have to speak up for me. Look at this statement. In this statement, right? So like I said, let me go back to what I was saying. Sorry, I was rambling a bit. Hudson Williams has been getting racially abused online, and not just by fans, because some fans are crazy, let's not pretend, but by publications trying to erase him from this achievement that is heated rivalry, pushing his white co-star. And apparently his white co-star and another co-star who is also white, for whatever reason, had this PR campaign where they were being marketed together. And I want to give you the context because you would think, why does this matter? Let's say you do a group project at work, right? And you and your colleague are the main reason why that group project gets sponsorship. You're the main reason why that group project is successful. It is the face, two of you. It is you. You're a person of, and it doesn't matter whether you're a person of color, whether you're a woman, it's you and your colleague. But for some reason, the company decides that, you know what, even though you are half of the reason why this opportunity has done well, because you don't meet a certain standard. Maybe you're not white. Maybe you're a woman, he's a guy. Maybe you're just not outgoing. Maybe you're not pretty enough. I don't know. For whatever reason, they try to erase your contribution. It's not fair, is it? Right? How would you feel? Then let me take it even further. Let's say you're in a company, you're working with your colleagues, and every other day you have either your other colleagues from different teams or customers call you a slur. I'm a black woman, so let's say they call me the N-word. If you're a woman, they call you something offensive. You're gay, they call you a slur. You're Asian, they call you a slur. Day in and day out, somebody at some point will call you a slur or make some micro-aggressive or macro-aggressive comment about you. And your colleagues, your work colleagues, don't say anything. They can hear it because they're sitting right beside you. They sit with you, right? You had a project, they're trying to erase you from it. Your bosses are trying to erase you from it, as well as some of the customers that you work for, right? And even some of your colleagues are trying to erase your contribution, right? For one reason or another, you haven't done anything, just for your existing, because for whatever reason, they are not comfortable seeing you at that level. One, and the customers that you work with call you a slur almost every day. Like I said, your colleagues who are white can hear you are being called a slur. They can see you are being excluded from your work. And they don't say anything. When they are asked about it, they say, oh, it's work drama. I don't respond to work drama. Mind you, it is you against the entire company. Maybe you're the youngest or the newest person they've hired. So you don't really have a voice for yourself. What are you going to say? You expect a duty of care, right? Now imagine nobody has said anything. Your colleagues hearing you get called slurs at work don't say anything. The people that hired you, who you work for, and your work has made them money and elevated, doesn't say anything. So it gets to a point where you have to release a statement that I can show you on the screen. I want you guys to tell me honestly in the chat. Do you think that is right? Do you think it is right that you are experiencing micro and macro aggressions at work, and the people who have to release a statement for you, not the company that hired you, not your colleagues who, by the way, are very outspoken? If, for example, because it's a very diverse company, they've put out statements about people's sexuality, about people's sexual orientation, but race is a step too far. It gets to a point where you are called a slur right in your face on your own page on behalf of one of your white colleagues. It's so bad, so visible, that people around you are like, what is going on? Why is nobody saying anything? And guess who has to release the statement? You, victim of racial attack. Does that make sense? Is that fair? Does it make sense when we talk about racism, isms generally, the burden falls on the person who is the victim of the attack? Always. Not without, you can almost time your clock to it. The difference is nowadays we're very happy to speak up about sexual discrimination, gender discrimination. We're very happy to speak about sexual orientation, and rightly so. But when it comes to race, it is a step too far. Now, you can imagine me, online girl, I saw this shit and I lost my temper. Rightfully so, no? Because it goes back to everything we say about Harry and Meghan. Meghan especially. Whether you believe Meghan is a white girl living in a black girl's body or a black girl living in a white, I don't give a shit. Whether you think when you first saw her, oh, she doesn't come off as black to me, which it's his own thing to unpack right there. I don't care. The instant you see a Meghan or a Hudson or any person of color receiving racist abuse, ethnic abuse, why is it beyond the realms of understanding for people to expect colleagues to speak up for them? Why is it so hard? For those of you that are not black in the chat, can you please let me know in the chat? I need to know what the thinking is. I need somebody to break this down to me, because ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand. I need somebody to break this down for me. Why is it we can speak about gender discrimination, we can speak about somebody being part of the LGBTQIA community, we can speak up about everything, but for whatever reason, racism is too far. Guys, those of you that are not black in the chat, if you're a man, especially, everybody, I would love to hear from you. Because at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I got nothing. I got nothing. I need people to tell me, why is that the one thing everybody has difficulty with? Racism. Ah, what is the problem? Or is the reason why you don't want to speak up about racism because one, you don't care, two, you believe you share similar views, or three, are you that desperate to keep your racist customers engagement that you're willing to be silent in the face of adversity? Are you that desperate to fit in? Are we as a society that desperate to fit in? And how is it fitting in? Let me say it again. You're at work. You're working with your colleagues. Many people are working 9 to 5, right? And one of your colleagues is getting racially abused every day. Are you really telling me that none of you hearing that abuse, that consistent abuse, will not say anything? For real? You won't say anything. Even if it's to like go to HR and say, can we please do something? And not even just that, guys. It's the hatred people get when they dare speak up. Let me see if I can find that post. One sec. I don't think my threads will open. Sorry, guys. I don't think I can open it here. Let me see. Because on Hudson Williams's page, my post is there, which is quite cool, actually. I love him. Let me see if you guys can see it. Let me see. Oh, wow, you can see it. I thought I had to log in so you people could see it. Oh, I have to. Shit. Let me see. Aha! I found it. Found it. Can you guys see it? This is me on Threads. This is me on Threads right here. Talking about how preposterous it is that the victims of racism have to be the one to issue their own statements. Then Hudson Williams clarifies, actually, Francois was the one who had the idea for him to release that statement. So I want you guys to think about this. Hudson Williams has endured months of racist abuse and close erasure, which his colleague, a white guy, saw, and other white colleagues saw. He's the youngest co-lead on the show. They all saw it. They all saw it, and nobody said anything until somebody came on Hudson's Instagram page to call him a slur, a Korean slur. And this is his response. That post that I just showed you on X, ladies and gentlemen, he is saying that his white co-star called him, and it was his white co-star's idea to release the comments, but Hudson had to write it. What? And everybody is like, oh, well, all is good in the Shire now. They were actually bullying me on Threads to take down my message. And I was like, all of you can honestly go F yourself. If you can't see what Hudson is trying to do here. It's so obvious what he's trying to do. One, he's trying to cover for his friend. Sorry, not I can't call him his friend. He's trying to cover for his colleague. But notice how Hudson did not contradict me though. Did he contradict anything I said? No. He just clarified that Francois was the one who had the idea and I helped write it. And he was saying, oh, well, I didn't see the message. I was watching skiing. They tore me apart, ladies and gentlemen, and they're still tearing me apart on threads. Take your message down. He slapped you. You're parasocial. I'm parasocial for calling out racism. I'm parasocial for calling out the failure of his white co-stars and the production team that hired him. For failing in their duty of care to protect an actor of color. I'm parasocial. The reason I'm talking about it, I can't pronounce your name, Gerda, is because, yeah, I was going to go, it's just an off-topic thing to warm up the chat, but it ties in quite nicely with the Megan conversation that we have here. I thought it was perfect. It's a perfect representation of the people that hate Megan, I think. And I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, even some of you that are fans, I find many white people and some black people too, because some black people came at me, they were shouting at me, Hustler slapped you down. Aren't you embarrassed? And I'm like, I'm embarrassed. Have you guys heard of the term pattern recognition? Because people ask me, why do you support Megan so much? And I'm like, it's pattern recognition. As a black woman, I see patterns. I have to. It's how I'm surviving in the world. Patterns save our life. The reason why many of us support Megan is pattern recognition. And many of us, and I shout out to the older squaddies, the senior squaddies that were doing it years before I got there. The same thing, pattern recognition. The relentless attack of a woman of color whose biggest crime, from what I can see, is being good at being a royal and being the love of a prince's life. Before Meghan met Harry, many of you didn't know who she was. Not a bad word was said about this woman for her decades in Hollywood. Because I'm very sure, knowing the derangers and the racist British press, they tried to find someone. And the fact that despite all that, they couldn't find anyone to say a bad word about this woman. But all of a sudden, Harry falls in love with her. They get married. She is the devil. I saw somebody online compare her to Erica Kirk. Pattern recognition. When we see it, we recognize it, we call it out, we're the bad guys. Oh, you're spoiling things. No, I don't hate Meghan because she's black. I am darker than her. What? Oh, you're making it about race. You're playing the race card. Sincerely, go F yourself. Nobody is making it about race. You are. Because you can't tell, and this thing also happened on Threads. People were attacking because on Threads, like a white lady did mention, I will never understand why people hate Meghan. And I categorically said it's because they are racist and jealous. and the white women were shouting at me. Everything is about race with you people. So I said, okay, fine. I apologize. You're wrong. I'm wrong. You're right. What's your issue with her? And I asked, what is your issue with her that no other person of color is seeing but you? Go. What's your issue with her? Not one white woman I asked this question to answered me. One of them insulted me. Not one of them will answer. Because it's true. If you're telling me that your issue with Megan is not race, is not jealousy, what's the problem? I want to hear it. And the funny thing is, the same thing they do with Megan is what they are doing with Hudson. They will tell you things like, oh, Hudson is mixed Asian and white. He's white passing. And I'm like, this very Asian looking man is white passing. For those of you who've never seen him before, this is what he looks like. This is his statement, by the way. Let me see if I can get a picture of him. Someone told me that Hudson Williams is white passing. And I'm like, okay, then in that case, then they can cast him as James Bond then. When they cast him as James Bond, we'll see how white passing he is. After all, he's white passing. All of you should love it. I want to see you. See? This is the person that they're saying is white passing, by the way. Him. And the funny thing about it is because I like he's so young. He's like a little brother, that you're rooting for. And yes, I find him attractive a bit. He's cute. But like, he's like a little brother. You're like, yeah, he's like Megan to me. It's kind of like, I don't know you. I most likely will never meet you. But I want you to win. And this conversation, and guys, for those of you that are wondering why we're talking about this so much, is because, again, pattern recognition. And it's amazing because I think him and Megan in a way are very similar. Megan is a biracial black woman. He's a biracial Asian. He's a biracial, okay, what do I call him now? A biracial, he calls himself Asian. Good for you, bro. He doesn't look white, by the way. That is an Asian man, by virtue of his mother's ethnicity. Just like Megan is a black woman by virtue of her mother's ethnicity. And why is this important? Because when the mother is a woman of color, a woman who has herself experienced exclusion, racism. Now, am I saying every woman of color responds to racism the same way? No. Some women of color respond to racism by trying to conform to whiteness, which I feel very sorry for everybody that does this. And some women are like me who respond to racism by giving you the middle finger, because I am proud to be Nigerian and I am proud to be black and I am not conforming for nobody, right? If I have a child with a white man or with any other, well, let me use white here as the glass ceiling. I think we can all, if you know me even a little bit, you know full and damn well I am raising a black child, because I don't have any illusions about how my child is going to be perceived and treated in the world. I don't care if her skin is as fair as Megan. That is a black child, and she will be very much aware of who she is, how she is, where she is. Will I tell her about the privileges that she will enjoy because she doesn't look like me? She doesn't come, she's going to most likely be lighter. Her hair texture will be different. Maybe her features will be less black. And that will give her privileges. I will teach her that. Yes, of course, that look, you're going to move in this world in a way that I can't. But it won't be from a place of her hating herself. It will be from a place of her understanding and having empathy of her privilege and using it hopefully for good. Because the thing a lot of people misunderstand about mixed race, again, I am not mixed, is people think that they can, in my personal opinion, and I think women are very aware of this more than men, people think that they can create this magical rainbow world. That is not the world we live in. When I was in Nigeria, I had very naive views of the West. Then I got here and I realized, holy shit. Holy shit. It doesn't matter that I'm well educated. It doesn't matter that I'm well traveled. It doesn't matter that I do well for myself as an engineer. The key word is black. The key word is a person of color. And there are many people in this world who don't want, who will diminish you and try to. And if you don't conform, they will bully you out of your opportunities. That being said, my experience as a Nigerian, as a black woman, will never be the same as the experience of a mixed race person. But because I am aware of my blackness and I have suffered discrimination, how I will raise my child, regardless of who her father is, will be to protect themselves. And that's why I always say, and you hear people say things like, there's a difference between black mother or ethnic mother biracial and white mother biracial. This is not to put down anybody, but there is a difference. Because children are close to their mothers. Children spend the most time with their mothers. And who else is going to impact knowledge on you on how to survive in this world more than your mom? And let's also say it. There are some women that shouldn't be having mixed heritage children. Mainly white women, but some black women too, some Asian women too. If you are not somebody who is proud of your heritage, I do not understand why you are having a mixed heritage child. I'm sorry, I don't understand. What are you doing? Because it doesn't matter what ethnicity you mix in, your child will carry half of you. You are just creating a miserable individual if you're not proud of who you are. It's like me hating being black. I go and get with a white guy to produce a biracial black child. Who in the world is going to see that biracial black child as white? Are you insane? You're just setting that child up for disappointment and therapy and self-hatred. And that's why I brought up the Hudson Williams thing. Pattern recognition. We recognize patterns. And this is a message. This thing doesn't only happen to black people. Actually, it took me a bit by surprise how similar it was to black people, what this young man is going through. The erasure, the slurs, the bullying, the harassment. And it made me sad. It made me sad, but in a way it made me glad as well. When black people talk about this stuff, everybody says black people are obsessed with race. Now that it's happening to a mixed race white Asian man who is, from what I can see, getting a lot of global love and support, maybe people will now begin to listen to us when we talk. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm being naive, guys, but sometimes, and I'm very sad to say this, many people do not know how to empathize with you until they have a ball in that fight. You can be screaming about racism from now to the end of time. If they don't want to hear it, they don't want to hear it. Until it affects them personally. So maybe this is the start of something. I don't know. I wanted to bring it up because, like I said, a big celebrity responded to me, and his experiences online, at least anyway. I don't know, I don't know this man personally. His experiences in the industry are so similar to what happened to Megan. The pattern recognition was pattern recognitioning. I had to bring it to the live, y'all. And I want black people to be reassured. This is not just happening to us. They are doing it to all of us. And by all of us, I mean my other people, my other brothers and sisters of color. Some of you are very delusional about your place in this world. The model minority thing, which I'm just realizing they only use for Asians. I don't think it's only Asians that this happens to, by the way. You think that if you have white friends, or you speak their language, or you carry their name, is going to protect you from racism. Let this be your wake-up call. It doesn't matter. You are always going to be an other. You are always going to be an other. So all I will say to you is, you need to, whatever nonsense that has been put into your head, whether it was put into your head by your family, by your friends, you need to go and unlearn so many things. Unlearn. Am I saying you shouldn't have friends of privilege? I never said that. But if you have a so-called friend, and that friend is watching you be racially abused and will never say anything, right. Thank you for staying with me, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I haven't lost all of you. I had to get this off my chest, guys. Racism annoys me, and the systems that put it in place piss me off. So I will never be quiet about it. And this is a lovely, lovely segue to this clown, Tom Bauer. Look, guys, you guys know me. It's gotten to a point where I'm so bored with the derangers. Like, normally you will see me posting things every other day, dragging the derangers. Guys, it's so boring now, because it is thirsty. It's giving thirsty. The engagement farming is so desperate. It's so desperate. But I have to give it to my faves, Harry and Meghan, for handling this shit. Because what I don't like, and I'll be very blunt about it, I honestly don't like how inconsistent their spokespeople are. There. You guys know me that I love Harry and Meghan, but I'm also grown and I will criticize, yes. Their spokespeople, I love when they do it, and maybe it is their strategy. Let's not respond to everything, so that when we finally respond to something, it is impactful. I don't know. But the way they've handled this situation, when I saw it, I was like, this is the shit I'm talking about right here, right here. It was such an adrenaline hit to me. Because like I said, the derangers are desperate for engagement, which is why their comments get so fantastical and borderline ridiculous. But I think when they cross the line, like I think this idiot Tom Bowers has, especially when he went after the Invictus organization. Now, for those of you who come on my channel, you know that for all my feelings, I have a lot of respect for veterans. I will always say that, in as much as I do not like the royal family, and I think their continued survival is an abomination, I will give Harry his 10s because of the Invictus Games, always. Even if he hadn't gotten with Meghan, because I personally believe that the way servicemen have been treated and continue to be treated is some bullshit. It's offensive as F. It's unfair. And it is very disrespectful of their contributions. And I think it's very topical when we look at the fact that America's president and resident pedo Donald Trump has decided to send America into a war with Iran for some reason, and all that has come out of that, unfortunately, is people's children have been injured, people have been killed across the aisle for no reason, right? No reason at all. No reason at all, guys. Nobody till tomorrow can explain to me in simple English why we are at war with Iran. I don't know. Sorry, what am I saying we? Why America is at war with Iran. I'm in the UK, I'm Nigerian, I don't have anything to do with this shit. And I'm so glad. The one good thing that Keir Starmer has done so far is to keep us away from that bullshit. I think initially he was doing he was doing what our British prime ministers do. When he got roundly dragged by his edges, he came back down to earth. That do not put us in this shit. Do not even dare get us involved with this. It has nothing to do with us. If you go into this war, you are no Tony Blair. We've seen this playbook before. Keir Starmer, they will finally get rid of you. I think that once he clocked that was going to happen, he said, nah. The Peter Mendelsohn thing, he hasn't recovered from that yet. So I don't think he wanted to push his luck too much. So he's somewhat back down now. So basically, it's just America, Israel, and Iran. And I have to say, I know there's a lot of propaganda. From what I can see, from an aura farming perspective, Iran has won this war. Iran is impressing the hell out of me, I got to say. And I say it as somebody who is well aware about how black people are treated by Middle Easterns. Yes, I am well aware. But America is an enemy as well, so I guess enemy of my enemy is not my friend, but okay. And I'm rooting for Iran in this fight. I'll be very clear. I'm rooting for Iran. I want them to get everything they want and more. From what I've heard, they are now saying that if you want to pass the Strait of Hormuz, you have to buy oil in yen, which is brilliant. Brilliant. I was telling someone that, oh my God, Trump might actually F around and destroy the American empire. Guys, I think if what they are saying is true and it goes through, we might as well start kissing the American empire goodbye. I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I know we've been saying it for years, but this might really be the nail in the coffin of the American empire. Because if you think about it, right, what is the reason America has sustained this level of wealth and influence? The dollar, right? The myth of the American dream. Well, people aren't really following America anymore, are they? Thanks to social media and the globalization of content and talent, people are following Korean music, European music, Afrobeats. People's palettes have diversified. We've seen the whole world now, and we've seen America, and we've realized that the emperor has no clothes. And if America, this thing that Iran is doing with yen, if it goes through, ooh. Anyway, the reason I bring all that up is because the Invictus Games is, I will say it again, probably the only good thing that has come from the royal family in the past 100 years. Argue with yourself. So for Tom Bauer to release, can we call it a book, guys? It's fan fiction, right? To release fan fiction insulting the Invictus organization, that was the step that he was. Because I think Tom Bauer, guys, has been looking for a reaction. He's been begging for some sort of engagement from the Sussexes. Well, now he's got it. You guys saw my short, but I'll give you some context. Shout out to AI. So Tom Bauer, in his shit book, He alleged that Prince Harry turned vengeful under Meghan's influence, with their post-royal ventures like Netflix and Spotify deals failing, Atwell income dropping to 2.1 million, and low turnout for the 2025 Invictus Games in Whistler, which isn't true. He describes sparse crowds, 43 spectators at a basketball game, and organizers' complaints that it became a Harry and Meghan show. The Sussexes dismissed Bauer as fixated on conspiracy theories, while Harry reportedly fears losing titles under future King William. Now, if you guys can take in all that BS, I think we can all agree, because, and this is the thing, right? Many of us saw that, and this is the play, ladies and gentlemen. The intentional undermining of Harry's Invictus Games by the British media. If it was such a flop, why are countries bidding for it? As at this moment, Korea, America, and Australia are bidding for the Invictus Games. How many people are bidding for the Commonwealth Games? It's a flop, right? Where is the Commonwealth bid? Didn't BBC just tell the royals that they were no longer going to be live streaming that pointless ceremony live anymore? Just because ITV intentionally bought the UK license to stream the games and intentionally chose not to show the games. And I want Harry to remember for the future, for the games coming up in Birmingham. I want you to remember for the future. Never sell your license to the English again. Give it to Netflix if you can, or Amazon even. And the thing he was saying about Atwell losing money, I want to remind everybody that Atwell Foundation is a charity. It's a non-profit charity. Charities are not supposed to be tracked by income. They're supposed to be tracked by the causes they do. Now, are they? If he says something like Harry and Meghan have not been able to secure funding, now you see he can't say that, can he? Because he doesn't know. He has no access to that information. So he remixed the story to say Atwell have lost money. Because again, you have to remember that the Tombowers, the derangers, are relying on your stupidity. They are relying on you being fueled by hate to not think critically when they say these things. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Why is a charity profitable? Do people not understand the meaning of the word non-profit? Derangers that I know are listening. Do you not understand the meaning of the word non-profit? You can literally go on ChatGPT right now and type, what is a non-profit? What qualifies as a non-profit? If you're that stupid. And also, why are we so concerned about what Harry and Meghan are doing with their charity when the Royal Foundation is literally sitting right there? Their impact statement, since Tom Bauer has time on his hands, how many times has he spoken about the Royal Foundation? Harry and Meghan's statement was fantastic, frankly. And I love that. And look at how GB News reported this. Let me be very clear. Let me say it again. Harry and Meghan do not send statements to any individual person or station. They release statements and it is picked up. So when they say a spokesman for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex told GB News, you know that's a bald-faced lie. Even when they are releasing the statements from the Sussexes, they are lying. I love it. Mr. Bauer's commentary has long crossed the line from criticism into fixation. This is someone who has publicly stated the monarchy, in fact, depends on actually obliterating the Sussexes from our state of life. And what I love about there is they call it out right there that those of you that are listening to this man, he has a mission. And that mission is to undermine and destroy everything that we do. So listen to him at your own peril. He has made a career of constructing ever more elaborate theories about people he doesn't know and has never met. Those interested in facts will look elsewhere. Those seeking deranged conspiracy and melodrama know exactly where to find him. The once respected Times. Oh! I said it before, I'll say it again. If I was in, and let me be fair, there was a time when the Times was respected, where you see all these old British dramas, you see these snotty white people sitting down having their tea, open with the Times in front of them. The Times was considered to be a respectful newspaper at some point. And the fact that they allowed Tom Bauer to post nonsense on there. It's the same thing as when ITV. Do you guys remember when it was announced that Harry and Meghan were going to Australia? And I will get to him very soon. And what's his name? Chris Ship, who's a messy bitch that lives for drama, went to put on his post that Meghan has booked a podcast. And everybody was asking him, how the hell do you know she booked a podcast? He said basically what he did is he probably looked back, okay, when Harry and Meghan went to Australia, this is what they have done there. They're only going to be there for 3 days this time. Meghan booked a podcast. Meghan did not book a podcast, by the way, but she did book a retreat. So and this is my point. Anybody that is still listening to any member of the press to get Meghan and Harry news, I don't know what to tell you at this point. I don't post anything when I see you from them. I wait. I wait until Harry and Meghan say something before I respond. Because they are liars. And this is how bad journalism has got in the UK, which is something any other organization will be like, every time we post something about this couple, it is an exaggeration and or it is a lie. And this is the thing people don't seem to understand. When you start feeling comfortable lying about people, nobody is going to trust what you have to say anymore. Why would they? You're a liar. And the fact that they allowed Tom Bauer, who has been known to not tell the truth, by the way. It's not as if he caught them by surprise. Somebody is telling you that he has this information, that information, you couldn't verify. How would they verify? You were giving a UK license to show the Invictus Games. You chose not to air it. And the Times, because I didn't even realize that he published in the Times. So the Times could have literally reached out to the Sussexes. Tom Bauer is saying this, he's saying that, he's saying this. What of this is true? What of this is not true? They didn't bother. Because it's not about telling the truth, it's about speculation and sensation. That is what used to be a trusted newspaper. If they were the Sun, okay, fine. It's tabloid. If it was Daily Mail, okay, fine. But the Times? Didn't Harry sue you people? He sued them, right? Are you still bitter and pressed about the lawsuit. Is that what's happening here? You didn't bother to vet this stuff. And people that are saying that, well, if Tom Bauer is telling a lie, Harry and Meghan should sue. Why? This statement is enough. He's not publishing a book. He's doing an article. He's doing a kind of, he's doing something under the times. This statement, with just the power of this statement, is going to get international coverage. Every time Harry and Meghan say something, it's reported on the BBC, on Sky News, on the Times even. It's reported all over the world. So all he has done is just destroyed the reputation of the Times. And for what? Nobody was going to buy that book. What? To entertain derangers online? But many of these so-called derangers are bots. We've all seen and I'll get to Kate and William, don't worry. We've all seen the Kate and William engagements nobody shows up to. If the Rangers were real in their numbers, I would see them at Kate and William events. But the Rangers have not been able to stop Meghan from having a successful business. They've not been able to stop Meghan from having a successful Netflix show. They didn't stop Meghan and Harry from being able to sell their movie Cookies and Cream. Or Cookies Queen, sorry. The derangers have literally not stopped any motion for Harry and Meghan. In fact, I will go further and say that all they have done is help to make their SEO, Meghan especially, very powerful. They just bring free engagement to Meghan. Meghan doesn't have to advertise shit now. All she has to do is show up. Sold out. So, thank you, derangers and the bots. Thank you for your continued support of Meghan Sussex. Thanks to you, she was able to completely sell out her business, pay off Netflix's loan in less than a year, and now she fully controls her IP. I keep on telling you guys that I want to shout out Meghan's biggest fans, her haters. Without you, there will be no us. So, shout out to the derangers, as always. And like I said, this thing that Harry has done has completely destroyed. This is going to be globally reported, by the way. I hope the Times is... I hope it's worth it for the Times. And some of you may be thinking, oh, this is great. Well, he got recognition. Let me tell you what's going to happen now, right? Like I said, this is going to be publicized all over the world. What that means is that Tom Bauer may not be able to publish that book. And notice how he went with the Times. Andrew Loney, who got fame from reporting on Prince Andrew. Andrew Loney Prince Harry brought legal action against him for saying that him and his uncle got into a fight. And for saying that Andrew warned him about Meghan. And because of that legal action, Andrew Loney cannot publish that entitled book in America. All this engagement they are getting doesn't equal sales. Rupert Myers used Harry and Meghan to get engagement on his Twitter. His book sold how many copies? 4,000? 4,000 copies. After all that, only sold 4,000 copies. Half price. Meanwhile, Harry still has the fastest and the highest selling non-fiction book in history with 3.2 million copies sold in a week. Let me say it again. 3.2 million copies of Harry's book shifted in a week. I don't even know who could even break that record. Who could break that record, actually? Maybe Megan? Beyonce? I don't even think Megan. I don't even think Beyonce could break that record. Megan, maybe? I can see Megan breaking that record, actually. Because don't forget, guys, we've never actually heard from Megan. So if she releases a book, I know that I will be the first to go buy it. But you know one thing about Megan is I don't see Megan talking about the royal family in her book, though. And I know that'll piss them off because I love how she has completely just compartmentalized them, said everything she has to say and packed them. She doesn't even give them the entertainment of her time. I know the derangers are going to be so pissed because they will release all this speculation about Meghan's book and she may not even talk about the royal family. They'll be so pissed because they are delusional. They've gone around telling everybody that the best thing Meghan has ever done is marrying into the royal family. That Meghan should be grateful that their white prince, who was broke, by the way, gave her a shot. As if Meghan was not an you know what? I won't go into it. But yes, he's just Harry. Meghan and Harry have just destroyed this guy's money-making opportunity by dragging him to hell and back. The internet is not real life. I keep telling you people, and I also love that they released a separate statement about the Invictus was brought out because it's very important. While they are out here trying to create drama out of nothing, this is a real thing that impacts people. And I love that they called it out that you guys, if you want to hate on us all you want. That's your business. But what you're not about to do is diminish the work of Invictus. And I'm so glad about this statement. It is disappointing to see the Times give prominence to commentary that appears driven by a long-established agenda rather than a genuine understanding of the Invictus Games and the community itself. Yes. Yes. Hate Meghan and Harry all you want. I can't help you. That's your business. I mean, we all know where it's coming from. But the fact that the Times, and I'm so glad he did this under the Times because he has just spoilt their reputation now. The Times, really? This is what you want to be embroiled in? Childish petty drama over a legitimate organization that helps injured servicemen? So he's hitting them from all fronts. He's hit their integrity because as a newspaper, if somebody is publishing something under your name, you need to ensure what they are saying is true. I mean, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? The Times could have checked this. They could have checked that, okay, you know what, since Tom Bauer, we know you have an agenda, but maybe we should go verify. Nope. Tom Bauer just went there, Karen, because maybe he was trying to bring legitimacy to his nonsense. But still, attacking the Invictus Games because you want to sell a book, saying that Harry and Meg, the Invictus Games are a flop. How? Is it every event for the games that you guys have been to? Is it the Winter Games just happened? Is it every event that brought crowds? Not every event is for everyone. He probably, according to what they said, he went to one game, Nigeria versus America, and there were barely people there. That doesn't mean the game was a flop. And even if nobody came, the people that participated in court, they know why they are there. That just goes to show you don't understand the agenda of these games. The aim of the games is to make these people compete at a level, give them family, give them confidence, give them, I don't know how to describe it, give them a sense of accomplishment. These were injured servicemen. Many of them have lost limbs, living in depression. They can't walk anymore. They can't use their hands anymore. They can't use their bodies the way they used to. Many of them are mentally affected. This is something that gives them a community, helps them, this thing that I thought I could not do, I can do it now. And you're going to diminish them. Why? For what? This is very disappointing, actually. I have to say. I know the Times is trash. I know they hate Meghan, but the fact that they didn't even think, maybe we shouldn't talk about this in particular. The fact that they didn't even the fact that they didn't even see anything wrong in trying to discredit this community. And this is how they don't pay attention to this stuff. Just watching any of the Invictus games and hearing what it means to the contestants, you know why this is so important. So yeah, shame on the British media. I mean, is there shame? But for the way they went after Invictus like this, considering what this community does for millions of people all over the world, shame on the British media. And like I said, I'm so glad they released that statement. It's pathetic. And like I said, I'm so glad they released this statement, guys. This is going to be carried internationally. The Times just spoilt their reputation. Tom Bauer this book is not going to go beyond the Times, because like I said, the fact that Harry has released this statement has completely discredited this book. The only people that are going to buy it are the derangers and Tom Bauer's. But as we all know, derangers are not physical people, so we know nobody is going to buy this book. And the Times have just spoilt their reputation. Again, for what? To what end? Anyway, we spoke about Tom Baz. He's getting his lashings online. I love that for him. He's getting his lashings online. I love this for him. Let's go and talk about hey, Harry. Let's talk about Billy Idol and Kate, shall we? I want to remind everybody. Did I ever talk about this? I don't remember. Do you guys remember when William tried to take the umbrella from Kate? See. He is trying to collect the umbrella. Let me show it again. Because some of you derangers are delusional. He is literally trying to collect the umbrella from her. And they were pretending as if, no, he wants to hold it for her. No, he literally wants to collect the umbrella from her hand. And look at her trying to touch him, doing something that we know he does not like. Catherine Middleton. Dear Lord. Every time I look at this video, I'm shocked. Can you see the video? Oh, it's not showing. Why is it not showing? Because what do you guys can see it, right? He is literally moving his hand to collect the umbrella from her. See. And these are who the Rangers want us to believe are in love. Actually, before I get to Skeletor and her useless husband, let's talk about Duchess Meghan. Once again, doing what I expect a rich philanthropist, entrepreneur, Duchess to do. Using her platform. What's wrong with this thing? There we go. Using her platform to do good in this world. You see her, do you know what I love about Megan? Megan is giving, she's giving rich wife. She does the type of activities I expect. I watch a lot of historical content. You know how these rich wives of dukes and barons from back in the day, 19th century, did you know that in the 19th century, during the Victorian times when they had poorhouses and workhouses, it was rich men's wives that made all these initiatives to get women to school. They would come together. They would do pretty, as in not the nonsense charities they are doing now. They were doing real charity work. Like they would invest money to build homes. They were building actual housing. They were building schools for children. They were building centers for health. Because I was doing a lot of research. We knock a lot of those rich women. But those women were using their power properly. Let's not get it twisted. These were educated women who could not work. And they put all that energy into doing things about social housing that you know about came from rich men's wives. A lot of these social housing homes, if you go to Dublin, you see a lot of near Guinness brewery factory. Around that property, you see that I can't describe it. I think they've converted it into part of the factory now, which is a shame. But apparently there was quite a lot of housing around there near the brewery. Rich women's wives. They were like, no, they did I keep telling people that if you're a rich wife, whether or not you're in the royal family and you really want to do good, go and buy a book about all the charity work rich women from back in the day were doing. Those women really changed things with the very little they had. And by little I mean influence. Those women have real political influence because their husbands had money and they would push their husbands to do things. And that's what Meghan reminds me of. A woman who has money, whose husband has a lot of influence, but in her own right, she still makes time to do really good charity work. She's back to here with Children's Hospital in LA. Oh, sorry, we can't see Vera. You see her here. Make March matter. And that's the thing. When she shows up to these events, right? You find yourself going to Google about it. Okay, what charity did she go to? What hospital did she go to? How can I contribute? How can I do something? You know? Ha! Diana, that's funny. That's what I was saying. That the way she was touching him, she was like, oh my God, he's finally, nope, the guy wear that umbrella for himself. And the man was willing to leave the umbrella with her, walk and go and get his own. William does not like that woman. And don't worry, I have some more for you guys. But yeah, shout out to Duchess Meghan for bringing back that 19th century chic, rich wife charity work. I love it. If we can make philanthropy chic, I call it philanthropy chic. Anything that gets people to actually use their money and their time, maybe put down OnlyFans for a bit, put down Instagram for a bit, put down TikTok, and actually go out there and help people. I'm all for it. I know it sounds patronizing, and I'm not trying to patronize anyone, but if you're somebody who is fortunate enough to, you have money, you have time, and even if you don't have both of them, and you want to do good for the world, if we can make doing good charitable and fashionable so that we can get more types of visits like these, yeah, what's the harm? Shout out to Meghan for, and you know that just besides the camera, she probably goes there a lot. She'll probably take the babies with her as well. Shout out to Meghan. She's cool. I love Meghan. I love Meghan. Let me laugh at Prince William, because Prince William and Kate, Jesus Christ. Every time these two people go out, guys, honestly, it's turning into the Benny Hill show at this point. Because there's one shenanigan that goes on that causes me deep embarrassment. For not just for William. Sometimes it's for William and Kate. For times it's just for Kate and just for William. But Lord, oh Lord. So let's talk about that. William and Kate went to disturb people at Borough Market. London girl here. I love Borough Market. If you've ever been to London Bridge I strongly recommend, and you know what? I strongly recommend you visit Borough Market at night. Borough Market during the day, Borough Market at night, two different experiences. It's just the best way to enjoy London, honestly. There's this, it's Borough Market. If you've ever been to London Bridge, if you get to London Bridge, after you get out of London Bridge station, you literally, I can't describe it if you've never been there before. You can ask around, but it's like they will tell you how to get there. And once you walk down, there's a riverside walk, which is lovely. I've done it so many times. There's a riverside walk. There's the actual borough market itself, where you have all these eateries. They sell meat. They sell all sorts of crap. It's always full of tourists though, because yeah, the tourist spot. Which is why this picture is so funny to me. Because imagine you are the future king of England. You're visiting one of the most popular tourist spots in the country, and this is the reaction. I would be so embarrassed. As in, I may never leave my house again. This woman looked around like, kept it pushing. She probably only had 1 hour for lunch. She didn't. She knew good and damn well who these were. So people are saying she didn't know. Like, no, come on now, really? A grown woman doesn't know who William and Kate are. She wasn't even remotely curious. Just kept on eating her food. She said, I came here during my lunch break. I only have 1 hour. I am eating my food in peace. And it's not just that, guys. If these people were really that popular, they would be mobbed. And I'm pretty sure that's what they went to Borough Market. They were hoping to get mobbed. There are TikTokers that can't go to Borough Market, by the way. There are YouTubers that can't go to Borough Market because from the instant they get recognized, the amount of people that will mob them, they might have to call police. They might have to call the police. That's how popular they are. But the future king and the future queen, meh. Shout out to Omid Scobie for dragging all of them. This picture, I love this for William and Kate. So this is, I think, yeah, no, this is when they got heckled. Let me show you the video of William, because people were saying that William and Kate surprised people at Borough Market so that they wouldn't get heckled. I don't think so. Because William got heckled. Let me just find it. I had the video, but it's just occurring to me that I forgot to retweet. Sorry guys. The heckling caused me so much secondhand embarrassment for William. William! Let me get the latest. Because the excuse from the Royal Rota was, they're getting heckled because because people know they are coming. Nobody knew they were going to Borough Market though. So how did they get booed? Let me see if I can find it. If they haven't scrubbed it from the internet. No, this particular video, I'll find it, don't worry. Let me see it. Because this is why they ran up north. They ran to go and harass people in Wales. They were trying to avoid being heckled, but they met it in London. Where is it? William heckled. Let me see. You see, this is what I don't like about. This is what I don't like about Twitter anymore. It's so hard. They have so spoilt the algorithm on this platform. Look at Kate. Jesus Christ. Guys, look at Kate. What? What is this? What are those? What is this, y'all? Who is this? That's not Kate, surely. I always ask white women, because I know you women like to look emaciated. This is attractive to you. Is it for your men? Because what? Oh my god, X is just rubbish. Let me just go check on the internet. Guys, I'm so sorry. You know, I knew this was going to happen. I should have saved that video. William got heckled. See, this is why I didn't want to use the internet, because they will suppress that video. If I don't find it, I'll just show you what I have. Sorry, guys. I could have sworn I retweeted it, but I don't think apparently I didn't. I feel bad. See how they've messed up the algorithm? You can't even find. Why am I looking at news from 2014, for goodness sake? Anyway. While the video, hopefully to pop up, but in the meantime, let's talk about the fact that Kate and William have been married for how long? And Kate did not know what type of coffee that the man that she's married to.
Don't do that, my days. Listen good. One.
It looks very well. It looks well made. They can sell it. It looks very well. It looks well made. They can sell it.
And cruise ship is so messy. Look at Kate made William a cappuccino. Kate, William, I've made you a coffee. Is it decaf? No, I know, not decaf. It looks very well made. Maybe sell it. This man does not like this woman. The way this man does not like this woman takes me out. You know what I love about it, right? I love that we've now got to a point where William no longer hides the fact he doesn't like Kate. He cannot be bothered. He can't even be bothered to even, you know how you're trying, because don't forget, they're selling the duo of William and Kate. He doesn't even try. He doesn't pretend that he likes her. He does not like Kate. He's never liked this. I personally don't believe he's ever liked her. And I think the older he's getting, the more he realizes that he realizes that he can't get rid of her. He hates her more somehow. And again, this is something that I would feel sorry about Kate for, but I really don't care. So this is what she wanted. Let her enjoy it. And Chris Ship was very sure to let us know, guys, that they were mobbed. Mind you, let me look at the time they went to Borough Market, because you see, what you are not about to do is play in my face. So when they went to Borough Market was March 12th. March 12th was Thursday, which is very busy in London because people now do a lot of remote work. So in London, we have many offices do what is called hub days. Hub days, which is many offices follow 2 to 3 days in the office. One of them has to be a hub day. Hub day for many places in the UK is Tuesday and Thursday. So they went to London on a Thursday where they knew a lot of people would be there. They went to Borough Market. Let me get the time. Let me get the time. Because what you're not about to do is play in my face. 3:38. They went to Borough Market maybe 3 o'clock, right? Which is the time where a lot of tourists will be there. People are beginning to go home. The Borough Market is probably peak time busy for Borough Market to come and sell us the bullshit that Kate and William are very popular. So you went to a place you knew was going to be full of tourists because let's keep it up 3 o'clock. People are either on their way home or they're about to close. So these are mainly tourists. Let's be honest. You went there at 3 in the afternoon. You still couldn't bring a big crowd. These are just random tourists, by the way. Like, oh, William and Kate are here. Okay. To try and sell us that, oh, they are so popular. See. Even as they are here, see. It's not like proper crowd. It's just people that were in Borough Market. And even in Borough Market, they are barely even engaging with them like that. Because it's like, okay. I'm not playing any of the videos of them doing crumble because it's embarrassing. And like I said, Kate looks dreadful. I said that Kate looks like skeletal. Somebody blocked me. Kate looks terrible, y'all. Jesus Christ. Shout out to this woman. I think she is a good reflection of the British of people's feelings about the royal family. You went to a busy market during peak period. I think this is the crumble store they were in. The lady could not be bothered to put her crumble down to even engage with you people. She was like, I beg. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the beginning and end of the work William and Kate have done this week. Someone cracked a joke that William and Kate will now take a 3-week vacation, and I believe that. I believe that we probably will hear about them next going on vacation for 4 weeks. So it's kind of like, yeah. That's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to show the video of them chasing the press away, but again, I have to find a better way to be working with Twitter because this algorithm is beginning to drive me mad. You know? And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We end on that note because this couple is that boring and I really couldn't be bothered to go any further. She paid for her lunch. That means she's going to enjoy it. Of course. If I was eating lunch and the laziest members of the royal family showed up, will I give up my... No. And you know, if I was the only black person there, they'll probably be running towards me. So if it were me and I see them coming towards me, I'll not turn and start running the other way because you are not about to use me for your diversity hire picture. I won't tolerate it. Yeah. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's our seem to unnotice them. Yes. I was trying to find that video, Diane. Like I said, they've spot this algorithm has now become so bad. I saw it, you know what, let me try and see. Let me use 5 minutes. I saw it, I bookmarked it, I can't find it anymore. I need Elon Musk to release this application. Release this application, Elon. Enough. Release us. Because ever since he came on, somehow this app continues to get worse. I don't even know how it's possible, y'all. He's already destroyed it. We can barely find anything on here now, but somehow it's even worse. Every day it gets worse. I'm looking for that press thing where they told the media to go away, and I know I can't find it. I bookmarked it, I can't find it. Let me try again and see if I can find. I saw the video, bookmarked it, is gone. I have to find other ways to get this information now because it's very frustrating. For the past few weeks, it's been all the things I see when I bookmark it, I come back, it's gone. See? They've so messed up the algorithm. Let me see William and Kate's car and see if it will come up. I love the squaddies. You guys don't give these people a break. I love that for them. Guys, I can't find it. Let me see if I do latest, if I see it. Of course, it's with Andrew. Can't find it, y'all. Sorry. Like I said, I'm thinking about other ways to get this stuff. I keep on losing all the stuff I bookmark. Elon. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is our roundup for the week. Like I said, I'm thinking of moving the time to Saturday. I think it'd be easier, maybe on a Saturday, just because Saturdays are so unpredictable. Maybe Saturday evening for our lives. I moved it to Friday because I thought it would be easier, but I'm beginning to realize maybe Friday is not the best time. So I can do it on a Saturday. I'm also thinking of moving it instead of a Monday, maybe a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday even, so that we have more news between each of them. I'm thinking maybe we've done it Saturday now, so maybe Tuesday, then it will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What do you guys think? I think that's what I'll move it to. I'll put it in the chat. So instead of Monday lives, we'll be doing it on Tuesday, but I'll post that in the chat. But yeah, how's everybody doing though? I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. I hope you guys are taking care of your health. The dark weather is somehow over. I live in the UK, unfortunately, so it means, but it means that I will not have sun regularly. But there was quite a lot of good sun today. So, and I'm looking for, like I said, I'm on Threads. If you guys want to come and join me, let's talk together. Please do. My name is Kwale Ibu. I'll put it as a post on the chat. Come and join me. Let's talk to each other. And I'm thinking of doing a TikTok live. I am going to do a TikTok live now because I want to play some music. Come and join me on my TikTok. My TikTok is the exact same name as YouTube. N for Neka. I'm going on my TikTok now to play some music and do some work. And you can come and join me. So yeah, it's been nice talking to you lovely people. Let's catch up on the wayside. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Go walking. Go dancing. Let me go and wash off this nonsense on after I finish my TikTok live, I'll wash off this color because like I said, it looks like my hair is packed with gray hair. It is not translating well. On this light, I don't know why. It's not gray hair. I tried to put like a purple color, but it looks white. Not particularly sure. Anyway, I'll catch you guys on the other side. If for those of you that are coming on TikTok, see you shortly. Bye.